After the graduation of Charles and Frederick, Jennifer also graduated a year after. Jennifer and Charles Mensah relocated to Tema after their wedding. To outsiders, they had a perfect marriage. Charles worked as an engineer at the harbor, while Jennifer owned a successful fashion boutique. They laughed together, prayed together, and dreamed together. They had been married for a year now and had a beautiful child, little Akosua, and they all stay in a comfortable two-story house. But sometimes, the greatest danger to a marriage is not an enemy, it's a friend. And neither Charles nor Jennifer knew that someone very close to them was about to turn their lives upside down. His name was Frederick. Charles trusted Frederick with everything. They spoke on the phone almost every day. What Charles didn't know was that every time he spoke out, Frederick's heart burned with jealousy because when they were in University of Ghana, Legon, Frederick had always had eyes for Jennifer but didn't have the courage to say, only for him to discover that his friend Charles was already dating Jennifer. And that built hatred in him and couldn't agree how perfect they look. Frederick worked as a logistics supervisor at the same port but earned far less and carried deep resentment. One hot Saturday afternoon, Jennifer received a strange phone call. The caller's voice was disgust. Your husband is not the man you think he is. Before Jennifer could ask another question, the call ended. Her heart started racing. Who was it? What did they mean? That evening, Charles returned home smiling. He brought Jennifer her favorite food and kissed her forehead. Everything seemed normal, yet the mysterious call refused to leave her mind. 2 days later, Frederick visited Jennifer's shop. He looked nervous, almost too nervous. Jennifer, there is something I've been hiding from you, and you know that I don't want you to get hurt in the future. Jennifer immediately sat upright. What is it? Frederick hesitated. Then he signed. I saw Charles with another woman. The room suddenly felt smaller. What? Jennifer asked. I didn't want to tell you. I was afraid you had been hurt. Jennifer felt cold. When? Last week. Where? Near the harbor in Tema. Jennifer's stomach twisted. The strange phone call now. This. Could it be true? That night, she stared at Charles while he slept. For the first time in years, doubt entered her heart. And doubt is dangerous. Once it enters, it rarely leaves quietly. Over the following weeks, strange things started happening. Whenever Charles received a phone call, Jennifer would pretend she is doing something, but somewhat she is only eavesdropping. Days passed, but she didn't see anything related to a woman. So she decided to stop thinking about it. But whenever Jennifer began trusting her husband again, another suspicious message would arrive. The messages came from an unknown numbers. Some claimed Charles had another woman in Accra. Others claimed he was secretly spending money on someone. No proof, just accusations. Yet, little by little, Jennifer started believing them. Arguments became frequent. The laughter disappeared. The peace disappeared. The love that once filled their home was slowly being replaced by suspicion. Charles was confused. No matter how much he explained, Jennifer no longer trusted him. And anytime they argued, little Akosua would start crying. One rainy evening, after a fierce argument, Charles finally asked a question. Jennifer, where are all these stories coming from? Jennifer remained silent, but Charles had already started noticing a pattern. Every problem seemed to begin after Frederick visited. Could it be a coincidence? Frederick played the perfect concerned friend. He visited Charles at the harbor office in Tema, pretending to console him. My guy, women can be difficult. Maybe she's seeing someone from her work. You know how some customers are. He showed Charles fabricated screenshots of Jennifer supposedly chatting with a male customer. Then came the night that changed everything. The company that Charles and Frederick are working at decided to throw a stress-free party for all the workers at the beach. So Charles decided to go with his wife, Jennifer. Even though they are not on good terms, all the workers and friends gathered at the beachfront of music, dancing and fireworks. Charles and Jennifer attended, trying to patch things up. Frederick was there too, smiling and shaking hands with everyone. As the fireworks lit up the night sky, Jennifer stepped away to take a call. It was the anonymous number again. This time, the voice was disguised but clear. Meet me behind the old warehouse near the fishing harbor if you want the truth about your husband. Heart pounding, Jennifer went. There in the shadows of Frederick stood there. I've always loved you, Jennifer, he confessed, eyes wide with jealousy and desperation. Charles doesn't deserve you. I made sure you saw the truth. Those messages, I sent them. Everything to show you he's not perfect. Jennifer was stunned. You destroyed us. For what? Jealousy? You know I've always loved you even before Charles came into the picture. But you didn't tell me either, Jennifer said. Yes, I didn't tell you because I was taking my time. Before she could run, Frederick grabbed her arm. Frederick said, leave him, choose me, I did all this for us. At that exact moment, Charles, who had followed her suspiciously, emerged from the darkness. The betrayer hit him like a container ship crashing into the dock. A fierce confrontation exploded. Words turned to shout, then to a physical struggle between the two men as fireworks continued booming overhead, masking the chaos. Jennifer screamed for them to stop, tears streaming down her face. Jennifer later apologized to Charles, but trust doesn't return overnight. Due to the pain and betrayal, he decided to give space between them and cool off, he said. Charles moved into a different apartment near the port, throwing himself into long hours at the Tema Harbor Authority to numb the pain. Jennifer stayed in the two-story house in Tema, New Town with Akosua, but the laughter that once filled its rooms had vanished. The child asked constantly for their father, and Jennifer's smile, once bright enough to chase away the harmattan dust, now rarely reached her eyes. Neighbors whispered more than ever. Some blamed Jennifer for not trusting her husband. Others said Charles should have seen Frederick's jealousy earlier. A few even felt sorry for Frederick, now jobless and back in Accra, carrying the shame of his actions like a heavy container on his shoulders. 2 months later, Sunday afternoon, after church at the Methodist Chapel in Community 8, Jennifer sat alone on the porch, watching little Akosua play with a toy truck. Her phone buzzed, not with anonymous messages this time, but with a simple text from Charles. Can I see Akosua this evening? I miss her, and I miss us. Tears welled up. She replied, come home, we need to talk. That evening, Charles arrived with a small cooler of fresh fish and Jennifer's favorite kinky from the market, a quiet olive branch. Akosua rushed into his arms, filling the house with first rare joy in weeks. After Akosua went to bed, Charles and Jennifer sat in the living room under the soft glow of the lantern. I never cheated, Charles said quietly, his voice heavy. I would never do that to you or our family. I know that now, she whispered. Frederick played on my insecurities. He made me doubt the man I chose, the man I still love. They talked deep into the night, really talked, the way they hadn't in years. Jennifer admitted she had felt overwhelmed balancing her boutique and motherhood. Charles confessed he had taken her strength for granted, always assuming their perfect life didn't need maintenance. The betrayal had shattered the illusion, but in its place, they decided to seek help. Through a counselor recommended by their pastor, they attended the sessions together in Accra. Slowly, they rebuilt trust. Charles installed a new security gate at the house and changed their numbers. Jennifer deleted every trace of the old messages and blocked any path Frederick might try to return through. Frederick, for his part, sent one final message through a mutual friend. An apology that felt half-hearted but sincere enough. He had lost everything, his job, his reputation, and the last trace of his friendship with Charles. Some said he found work in Takoradi and was trying to become a better man. Others didn't care. The Mensah family chose not to dwell on him anymore. Because sometimes the person trying to destroy your marriage isn't across the street. They are sitting right beside you, calling themselves your friend. Now, moral lesson of the story. Not every friend is happy for your success. Protect your marriage from gossip. Verify what you hear, and remember that jealousy often wears a smiling face. Thank you, guys. We shall meet again. Hey, I'm glad that you made it to the last end. Thank you for watching. Please come back next time.